matter why I start you. Cause when you look in my face,
keep him in your prayers. I know some of y'all too young to even really know his catalog, but one of the greatest I ever did is Send Up Your Prayers, please. Currently, he's in pretty much a coma. He suffered a heart attack after he allegedly OD'd. He's at the hospital. You know, they're saying that there's some brain activity, but they don't know if he'll actually fully recover. We're sending up prayers. You know, he was a person who always dealt with problems and dealt with pretty much everything that was adversity with prayers. So, you know, it's only right that when he's in his moment of need that we try to offer prayer as well. You get me? For some of y'all that don't know the story of DMX, not only was he one of the greatest entertainers that ever came through hip-hop, but he's someone who's had a very up and down life. It's a very roller coaster, you know, situation. And, you know, for some people who might, like, he's the epitome of what addiction does to somebody, if you ask me. And it's never been something that you should shame him about. He's been always open with his struggles, you know, the highs, the lows, and he's brought us everywhere. So, you know, he's one of those people that's so positive. I'm hoping he makes it out. But I'm going to share this prayer with you, and I'm going to share one clip before we really get into, we don't get into other stuff in the stream. But I know a lot of y'all don't know too much about DMX. I'm going to share a prayer by him, and then I'm going to share a story, which I watched this morning. I ain't going to lie. It hit me. You get me? Especially given the current situation he's in. I'm not one of those people. You know me. Like, when it came to the overdose of Fredo Santana, I'm not the person who, you know, gets at the addicted people and claim that they should have the same self-control that maybe I have. You know, listen, addiction is a real thing. You know, through my mom and other people, I kind of realized my father was an addict. So, you know, it's something that you learn that you might be faced with. And shit, even me, I know I be drinking a lot, but you try to manage it. And, you know, we all live life, but, you know, you hope that sometimes addiction doesn't take control of your life. DMX had everything. He had everything in the world, but addiction is a real thing. I'm going to share this prayer, but if you never understood the story, and I hope you guys do some research, because he's literally a legend. He's up there with Jay-Z to me. You feel me? Top 10, top 20 all time. One of the best runs, or actually he has two runs, which I would probably argue with, that really, you know, impacted hip hop a lot. But I want to share a prayer from him right now.
Give me food, let me sleep. I come to you weak. You give me strength, and that's deep. You call me a sheep and lead me to green pastures. Only asking that I keep the focus in between the chapters.
Hey, listen, I've learned, and if you never known, you know, when I used to do the war in Chirac, I learned a lot from that. You know, like, I'm proud about most of the stuff that, you know, I did with the war in Chirac, but I learned that sometimes judging a man and not understanding his pain and his trauma is not understanding the full story. You know what I mean? When you see somebody on the street who might be in a bad situation, you make a quick assumption. Oh, that's a bum. Oh, that's a crackhead. That's this, that, and third. But a lot of times we don't know their addiction. We don't know their pain. We don't know what their life.
From being in these institutions from the age of 7 to 14, you mean, and this guy, Reddy Ron, I mean, he was like an older brother to me, and I looked up to him like an older brother. You know what I'm saying? I love this guy like an older brother. You know, I don't have any brothers, but this guy, man, this guy, he introduced me to what would be the best part of my life, which would be the rap. But he also, at the end of my life, is blessed with the curse. I didn't smoke cigarettes. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't do anything. I'm 14 years old. So he came back with a blunt rolled up. He liked the blunt. Like I said, I was impressed. Well, I don't really smoke, nigga. And he passed the blunt around. And, wow. And I hit the blunt, and I'm like, I never felt like this. Like it just f***ed me up. I'm like, the f***. And I later found out that he laced the blunt with crack. My thing. Why would you do that to a child?
Right.
And this nigga like 30, you know what I'm saying? And he knew how I looked up to him. Why would you do that to somebody who looks up to you like this? I mean, a monster was born. A monster was born. I mean, and that's that, like I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
I only play that to, for some people who, you don't get addiction, and you also don't get that even though some people are going through some things, you never know. Sometimes you have to step back and look at their life history. That's DMX's story. He was introduced to some of the drugs that, became almost like the punchline for people to clown him about when they did clown him, but not by choice. He was a kid. Somebody gave him something that was laced. That substance got him hooked. And even though he found the heights of the heights in terms of success and money and fame, that addiction was still always there. So, the situation he's in now, my prayers go out to him. We love X. He's always been a walking testimony of someone who's resilient, but someone who's real despite everything he's accomplished. I'm hoping he pulls through with this particular situation as well. All right. All right. Chat, please chill with the toxicness. Again, it's a moment that even some of y'all that's laughing or whatever, you might not get it because you don't know X. X is famous Dex. X is so many of these dudes. X is a lot of these rappers who you see the deterioration, like despite the success they've gotten, we see the deterioration right before our very eyes. So, even Uzi, who was about to be, he was addicted for a minute. Meek admitted he was. Most of these dudes become addicted to substances. All I'm saying is that we don't have to sit here and clown them all. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to try to change and lighten the mood a bit. My prayers go out to DMX and his family. I could only imagine what they're going through. I could only imagine what they've been through. I could only imagine, especially with COVID times, I heard, his family had to go see him or see the condition he's in one at a time. They couldn't even go as a family, together. That's tough. That's really tough. So, my prayers go out to them. And, of course, the Rough Rider families. My prayers go out to Swiss Beats, of course. Just seeing the outpouring of love from a whole generation who he influenced. He was their hero. He was the macho dude from that era. So, we're hoping that he makes a full recovery. But I'll keep you guys in the loop. We're going to try to switch up the mood. But I had to, do that for X. I don't know if I should play a little bit more music. Oh, who's behind me? Wait, right there? Right there? That's my oldest brother. So that's my oldest brother you're seeing right there. I have two brothers. You remember when I was at Compass Con, they were like, yo, Axe hiding behind the tree? That was my middle brother. You know what I mean? We both kind of have a beard. He doesn't really have, a beard and goatee. He's my oldest brother, but he's behind me right now. Okay? So he came over, and, yeah, he's kicking it. What the hell? I would tell you his Instagram, but I feel like y'all about to just go troll him, so no.